Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
This time, we're going to have a simulation process of polygraph and preparation of the subject. A pleasant day, everyone. On this video, we're going to define and explain what is polygraph machine, the components and accessories of polygraph, and how to attach it and detach to the body of the subject. After that, we're going to have a simulation process and the preparation of the subject to conduct a polygraph examination.
A polygraph, often inaccurately called a lie detector test, is a machine that measures and records several physiological indicators such as blood pressure, pulse, respiration, and skin conductivity, while a person is asked and answers a series of questions.
The idea behind the polygraph is that the person who is lying will experience physiological changes, such as an increased heart rate or sweating in response to a certain question. However, polygraphs are not foolproof and can be beaten by people who know how to control their physiological responses.
For these reasons, polygraph tests are not generally admissible in court as evidence of guilt or innocence. However, they may still be used in some pre-employment screening or security clearance procedures.
The core of a polygraph machine consists of sensors that measure physiological responses. These sensors are connected to a machine that records the data on a moving piece of paper. The first component of polygraph machine is the pneumograph, which consists of two 10 inches corrugated tubes, which is the pneumo 1 and pneumo 2. It is fastened around the subject's chest and abdomen. During a test, as circumference of the subject's chest and abdomen, it increases with each inspiration of air. The pneumograph tubes stretch as the subject exhales and the contraction it moves. The function of pneumograph is to record the changes of breathing and respiration of the subject. The second component is the galvanograph. It consists of electrodes attached to the index finger and the ring finger of the right hand or the palmar and dorsal surface of the right hand. And the right hand is suitable because of the fact that the blood pressure cuff attachment is on the left arm. The function of galvanograph is to record the skin resistance of the subject to a very imperceptible amount of electricity. And the third component of polygraph machine is the cardiosphygmograph. It consists of blood pressure cuff and the rubber pump and the sphygmomanometer of the type used by physician. The blood pressure cuff is fastened around the subject's left arm in such a way as to ensure that the rubber portion of the cuff is placed over the brachial artery of a more satisfactorily recording. When the rubber portion of the cuff is placed over the brachial artery for a more satisfactorily recording, when the rubber cuff is inflated, the alternating distension and contraction of the tissue of the subject's arm due to the changes in blood pressure and probably blood volume as well, cause an increase in pressure within the cuff and in the associated below.
This time, I'm going to demonstrate on how to attach and detach the components and accessories of polygraph on the body of the subject. Before that, let's prepare the movement recorder where the subject will be seated. Now, the first thing to attach on the body of the subject is the pneumo 2, which is fastened to his abdomen. This is the pneumo 2, and this is the beaded chain, which is served as the lock of the pneumo 2. And the second one that we're going to attach is the pneumo one, which is fastened to his chest. This is the pneumo one, and it will be fastened to the chest of the subject. Upon attaching the tubes, ask the subject if it is tight or loose. Is the pneumo tubes tight, sir?
No.
How about it is loose?
No.
After the pneumo tubes, attach the finger electrodes to the right index and ring finger of the subject. This is the finger electrodes, and we have to attach it to the index finger of the subject. This is the another finger electrodes, and we have to attach it to the ring finger of the subject. Now, if the subject had no index or ring finger, you can attach the electrodes to the palmar or dorsal of the subject. And the last one to attach is the blood pressure cuff. It is attached on the left upper arm or bicep of the subject opposite to where the finger electrodes has been attached. This is the blood pressure cuff, and we have to fasten it to the left upper arm of the subject. This is the hand pump valve, and this is the regulator. Now, to release the pressure under the cuff, we have to rotate the regulator left. And to close the regulator, we have to rotate it right. As you can see, the first one that was attached is the pneumograph, and the second one is the galvanograph, and the last one is the cardiosphygmograph. Now, let me show you what component should be detached first. Just always remember that the first component to detach first is the last component that was attached on the body of the subject. The first component to detach is the blood pressure cuff. The second one is the finger electrodes. The third one is the pneumo one. And the last one is the pneumo 2. This time, we're going to have a simulation process of polygraph and preparation of the subject. Hello sir, good day. I am Roel Francisco, a polygraph examiner, and I am the one who tasked to examine you today, Unit 12, 2024. Have a seat, sir. Before I conduct the examination, sir, I would like to inform you that this examination is voluntary, and according to the Public Act 7438, Section 2, Paragraph 3, you have the right to remain silent and to have a competent and independent counsel, preferably of your own choice. And if you cannot afford the service of your own, the investigating officer will provide you a competent individual counsel. If you fill up this consent form, it means that you voluntarily submit yourself for polygraph examination, and the polygraph components and accessories must be attached to your body to conduct the test. Are you ready now, sir, for polygraph examination?
Yes.
Please sign up this consent before we start the polygraph examination. Thank you, sir.
The preparation of the subject, the person will be subjected to pre-examination interview, and the process of polygraph examination to be followed should be explained to him to his optimum understanding. The tester should have the knowledge to the incident. The subject should be informed that he will be asked certain questions that is answerable by yes or no. The subject has nothing to be apprehensive about any wrong study and interruption of the polygraph test, but if he receives them, that will be reflected on the test. There are three categories of questions to be asked to the subject. First is the irrelevant questions. These are the questions which have no bearing to the case under investigation. The question may be referred to the subject's age, educational attainment, marital status, citizenship, occupation, and etc. The examiner asks these types of questions to ascertain the subject's normal pattern of response by eliminating the feeling of apprehension. The second one is the relevant question. These are the questions pertaining to the issue under investigation. They must be unambiguous, unequivocal, and understandable to the subject. They must all relate to one issue or one criminal act. It is equally important to the subject. The relevant question must be very specific to obtain an accurate result. And the third one is the control questions. These are questions which are unrelated to the matter under investigation but are of similar nature, although less serious as compared to those relevant questions under investigations. The polygraph examiner observes the following before he or she conducts the test. First is the appraisal of basic constitutional right of the person. Second, obtain subject consent to undergo polygraph test. Third, taking of personal data of the subject, evaluating the physiological preparation. Fourth, determine the suitability of the subject prior to the test. And the fifth one is to inform the subject of his involvement with the case.
Have you ever been called by the name Dugong?
Yes.
Is today Tuesday?
No.
Do you have anything to do with the robbery at Lydia's market last night?
No.
Are you over 21 years of age?
No.
Were you one of those who robbed the Lydia's market last night?
No.
Have you been involved in a robbery case this month?
No.
Do you drink coffee?
Yes.
Was the pair of gloves found at Lydia's market yours?
No.
Do you know of anyone involved in the robbery at Lydia's market last night?
No.
Have you ever been involved in any robbery in your entire life?
No.
Have you deliberately lied to any question I have asked you?
No.
There are instances where it is impossible to make an analysis of polygraph tests because of the following. First, pathological liar, a person who cannot determine right and wrong. Second, mental cases. Third, persons under the influence of intoxicating liquor. Fourth, narcotics-related cases. Fifth, various heart and other organic troubles.